Okay, the Speaker of the House is vacated and it could be replaced by Donald Trump.
The yeas are 216. The nays are 210. The resolution is adopted. Without objection, the motion to reconsider is laid on the table. The office of Speaker of the House of the United States House of Representatives is hereby declared vacant.
A lot of hammers being dropped right now. As the Speaker of the House, the seat is put in chaos. Here's the interim Speaker with the hammer.
Subject to the call of the chair.
He looked furious, though not as furious as Lawrence O'Donnell.
Stop the hammering. Stop the hammering out there. Who's got a hammer? Where is it?
I don't know.
Where's the hammer? Is it on the, go up on the other floor. Somebody go up there and stop the hammering. Stop the hammering. I'll go down to the goddamn self and stop it. Keep the commercial break going. Call but I don't care who the I'll stop the hammering.
A lot of bad words in there, but here's even more bad words.
Empty out the control room and find out where this is going on. It's either there or out there somewhere. Jesus Christ. Crazy fuck coming in my ear. This fuck hammering. Control shit. God.
But it's not all chaos and bad news. Here's some good news. Mere hours after taking over as Speaker pro tempore with the ouster of Rep. Kevin McCarthy, Republican, California, on Tuesday, Rep. Patrick McHenry, Republican of North Carolina, ordered former Speaker Nancy Pelosi, Democrat, to vacate her office by Wednesday. She's been taking up free office space, and it's time for her to go. That's good news. Quote, please vacate the space tomorrow. The room will be rekeyed, unquote. An email sent to Pelosi's office, viewed by Politico, stated, the email added that the room will be used, quote, for speaker office use, unquote. And since we're on the theme of hammers, I like ending it on a Pelosi getting the boot.
So I may have lost a vote today, but as I walk out of this chamber, I feel fortunate to have served the American people. I leave the speakership with a sense of pride, accomplishment, and yes, optimism.
And I like Speaker McCarthy, but it doesn't, and I know many of you do not. Boy, go read the comments below if you want to see people just hate on McCarthy. It's just that Matt Gaetz is a bigger thinker and more radical. And there's people that believe that we're at a point where we need more radical change. I don't know if we're going to get it. Here's McCarthy.
You need 218. Unfortunately, 4% of our conference can join all the Democrats and dictate who can be the Republican Speaker in this House. I don't think that rule is good for the institution, but apparently I'm the only one.
Trump is a big McCarthy supporter, so don't think that you're doing Team MAGA just for going on Matt Gaetz' side. This is very complicated. Here's Trump throwing some shade on what Gaetz did. On Truth Social, why is it the Republicans are always fighting among themselves? Why aren't they fighting the radical left Democrats who are destroying our country?
But when he says we're not conservative because we didn't vote to secure the border, I think that does merit a response. We passed a Department of Homeland Security border bill that would have required E-Verify with a host of other reforms. Then, on a continuing resolution, Kevin McCarthy wanted us to surrender every other fight. Jack Smith, weaponized government, everything else going on just to isolate the border thing. Now, I don't believe that the way conservatives get ahead is surrendering everything but the border.
This whole thing is that it's very complicated and a mess. And I think Matt Gaetz really defends himself well. And he's gotten accusations that he's only doing it for fundraising. which is not true. Everyone is fundraising on this thing.
I think I'm in pretty good stead with the former president. You'll see me on the campaign trail with him soon. And by the way, you know who you won't see on the campaign trail at a big rally? Kevin McCarthy. Because if Kevin McCarthy took the stage at a Trump rally, he would be booed off of it like Lindsey Graham.
Matt Gaetz is seen as more Trumpy than Kevin McCarthy. By the way, they're both enthusiastically supported by Trump.
Here, November, whatever it is, 8th, 5th, 6th, Republicans lose the House of Representatives because Democrats think this is going to help them. They wanted McCarthy out. The Democrats wanted McCarthy out just as much, looks like, as you did. So let's say Republicans lose the House. Will you feel any regret for having done what you did today?
Absolutely not. I believe that we were destined to lose the House if we didn't do what we did today because we didn't give anyone something to believe in.
So you have two different philosophies on what Matt Gaetz did. Laura Ingraham and many Republicans believe that we could have lost the House now in 2024. And Matt Gaetz says, if we didn't do this, we would have lost the House because the people are saying you're not doing enough.
Mr. Speaker, my friend from Oklahoma says that my colleagues and I who don't support Kevin McCarthy would plunge the House and the country into chaos. Chaos is Speaker McCarthy.
But look over here, just off camera. There's Ilhan Omar. She was seen licking her lips, looking at Matt Gaetz's body. And I just want to say to you guys, hey, it's not that kind of look. She just sees him as a brother. Okay, so now the moment you've been waiting for. They're floating up Trump's name. This is real news. They're floating up Trump's name as Speaker of the House. You do not have to be a congressman to hold Speaker of the House. It can be anybody. It can be Trump.
McCarthy will not seek the speakership again. Now, sources telling me at this hour some House Republicans have been in contact with and have started an effort to draft former President Donald Trump to be the next speaker.
Now, I don't see how you could get any Democrat support on Trump, maybe even some Republicans, because if he becomes Speaker of the House, he's number 3 in line. And that makes Biden, who is about to be deceased, means Kamala Harris could be president and Trump could be vice president. That would be fun.
And I have been told that President Trump might be open to helping the Republican Party, at least in the short term, if necessary.
So he's open to it. And Sean Hannity asked Jim Jordan what he thinks of it, and Jim Jordan kind of ducks him here.
I've now heard from a number of people. I know for a fact Donald Trump has been contacted about possibly him being an interim speaker. Is that a reality?
I don't know. He'd be great, but I want Donald Trump to be the next president of the United States.
This just shows how insane the politics are right now and how disruptive and really Matt Gaetz has blown everything open. I appreciate you guys. Thanks for the follows. Thanks for the great comments. Thanks for liking. I appreciate you guys so much. This is Doug in Exile.